Hello, fellow humans. Chris here again. So, today I want to talk about returning to school. My kids will be returning to in person school. In fact, for one of my kids, it's not even returning, it's going to school for the first time in person. And I don't know how it's going to work, to be honest. Schools have opened in my city in the last couple weeks, and within the first week, there have already been masses of outbreaks and quarantines imposed by schools, with kids getting exposure and then exposing it to other students. And the vast majority of these cases, according to the chief of infectious diseases at the pediatric unit at UC Davis Medical Center, most of these cases are kids contracting it from their parents at home and bringing it to school and then passing it on. Um, I, I don't anticipate this in person school going on for very long, because it just there's no way to get around it if there's not a mandated vaccine, and if kids under 12 can't get the vaccine. I just don't know how it's going to work. At bare minimum, there should be a mandate for vaccines for the parents of kids going to school. I think that might help a little bit, if you know beyond just the merits of them being vaccinated, also the mindset of people, I think, that are willingly getting vaccinated are probably, by definition, more conscientious and aware of the COVID risks and being better about masking up and social distancing. I would just think that's the case. So I'm worried that it's going to be hard for kids to keep their masks on if they don't have mentors or role models in their life that model that behavior and teach their kids. My kids, they're still very young, but they're very good about wearing their mask when they need to. They understand why we wear them. But I know there are parents that don't feel that way. And I know there are teachers that don't feel that way. And I've learned over the last year and a half that there are people who will cling to a belief, and they will take that to the grave, maybe literally in some cases. And there's nothing that you can say or do or show them that will sway that belief. And that's how brainwashing happens with kids. So I just don't know how it's going to work. It's been 2 weeks, and we're already having mass breakouts. We've had 2,000 kids within the San Juan School District. Over 2,000 have now been exposed to somebody that had COVID. And that just extrapolates out of control before you know it. And again, we haven't even had all the schools open up yet. My kids will be starting next week. So the only thing I can say, if you are a parent, is model that behavior for your kids, teach them about it, and use this as an opportunity to teach your kids about being adaptable, being strong, having that sense of community, health, and prosperity. I'm a big believer in the Hobbes and Locke school of thought about the social contract. This idea that when you kind of enjoy the fruits of, quote, freedom from your society, from your government, from your community, whatever you want to call it, that you have a sort of an obligation to provide for and contribute to the necessities that lead to that freedom. And for the health and prosperity of your community, we need you as parents to be role models and to teach your kids to be better than us collectively, because we're not doing very well as adults, as role models. We're failing our kids as a society. And the best we can do right now, if we're not able to give them vaccines, is to get vaccinated ourselves, is to wear our masks, is to practice social distancing, and to teach our kids why those things are important and why we're doing them, even if we're healthy and we're not personally at risk. But also being cognizant of the fact that kids are going to the hospital and kids are dying of the Delta variant as well, more at a higher rate than of the original COVID-19. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit worried, but I have to just hope that other parents in my district will be cognizant of that, and teaching their kids how to carry themselves through all this, and hopefully we can continue to get through this and thrive for our kids, and hopefully everybody stays healthy and safe. Anyway, I will catch up with you all again very soon. Have a great rest of your day, and remember, don't be afraid to question the consensus.